Hi, I'm Joe DeFelice, Regional Administrator of HUD's Mid-Atlantic Region. Today, on behalf of Secretary Ben Carson, it is my pleasure to announce the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is launching an EnVision Center demonstration in Bristol, Virginia. This is the fourth EnVision Center announcement in the Commonwealth of Virginia, joining Newport News, Roanoke, and Norfolk. This is HUD's way of acknowledging the great work you are doing on behalf of residents to help them achieve independence and self-sufficiency. So it is my great pleasure to designate the Bristol Redevelopment and Housing Authority and the City of Bristol as an official HUD EnVision Center demonstration site. EnVision Centers will typically be located on or near public housing developments that serve as centralized hubs that offer services in four areas: economic empowerment, education, health and wellness, and finally, character and leadership. The road to self-sufficiency is not an easy path, but if we ever hope to succeed in helping more individuals and more families, we need to envision a new path forward, one that focuses on the whole family and not just a roof over their heads. I love the city of Bristol. It was a bit of culture shock for me when I first drove there a few years ago for the first time. From Race Week to the birthplace of Country Music Museum, I was like a fish out of water coming from Philadelphia. However, this only goes to show the diversity and the breadth of the Mid-Atlantic region I cover. So Bristol, you now join 42 communities around the country with this highly competitive designation, a signature initiative of Secretary Carson.
We appreciate the work that the Department of Housing and Urban Development has done, not only for Bristol, but for other localities across the country. But in this specific case, we do appreciate that we have the opportunity to have one of these EnVision centers and be the first rural location in our state to have it. And it'll be a good test run for everyone else, and we have a big opportunity to use it in a very positive way.
So the EnVision Center is just a tremendous opportunity. It's an opportunity that lots of communities don't get. And the fact that the Bristol, Virginia Housing has taken the lead on this, but it operates across state lines. So that means that our whole community gets to benefit from it, which also helps a lot because sometimes our state line is difficult to work across. So with this organization and these services, it'll be fantastic. And in our community, we've worked a lot across the lines as much as we can with the Find a Way program, which has been specifically for Virginia housing. So we have sometimes on the Bristol, Tennessee side been a little envious of some of what the Bristol Find a Way program has been able to do. So that expands those services and really helps that model to reach our whole community.
We are so excited at the Bristol Redevelopment and Housing Authority to receive this designation. It is the only designation so far that serves two cities, two states, crosses all the boundaries, and is the only one in Southwest Virginia. And it's going to allow us to build. We've been providing resident services for a number of years, but with the designation, we're going to be able to expand and enhance the offerings that we've been making available to the community. We'll be able to offer beyond just our own residents. We're going to offer throughout the Bristol community. We have had a family self-sufficiency program for 14 years. It's called Find a Way. And what we would like to do is to be able to bring more resources to the table to help our residents to have an opportunity to advance themselves, whether it's through education, employment, whatever it takes to make them financially self-sufficient.
Well, with so many of our folks living at the poverty level or below, we have a lot of families that struggle every day just to provide those basic necessities for themselves and their children. And so this is such an exciting opportunity. Not only will the EnVision Center be the first of its kind where it covers two states and one city, but also it will be a bridge for United Way of Bristol and other service providers to be able to have a wonderful place to refer people to so that they can go and get those safety net services, and whatever their needs are, they'll be able to connect them with those programs and services and resources that will help them strengthen their families. And in the end, that's what we want. We want them to be self-sufficient and to be able to change their lives as well as the lives of their children and their children's children.
This is our main EnVision area. We have computers and we have classroom space. We have children's space. We have case management provided here as well, so connections to all kinds of resources in the community, and whatever people may need, we can connect them to that. One other thing that we're involved in with our staff, as well as some other community volunteers, is that we work as reading buddies in the school, helping the kids to learn to read on grade level, at least by 3rd grade, so that they're reading there. And that's been a tremendous program for us here at the Housing Authority, as well as in the community. It's great. This is our computer lab. We have GED classes that are offered here, and we do open computer times for residents, both adults and children, to come in and have access to the computer with some help should they need that. Kids are able to work on classroom assignments or homework or whatever need they may have. And we've had other community groups that have come in as well and have done some training for us. We do job search occasionally from here, as well as the other location. And so we just have a lot of activity going on here. GED is a big thing, though. We do a lot of that. Here's another community space that we have. We have a great partnership with our schools, Bristol, Virginia Public Schools, and they come and they do groups and activities here. Recently, they had a series of parenting classes, some education on trauma-informed care. We've had an opportunity the last several years to have some of our kids participate in the poster competition sponsored by our State Housing Association. What Home Means to Me has been the theme, and some of our kids have been very successful in that competition, and they have won both regionally and state. And so we've framed some of those and have those around for others to see, so we can brag on our kids and encourage others to participate in those activities as well. We've highlighted several people that had lived in housing at one time and have gone on to be very successful. We made posters and put those up in various places so people could be encouraged to know that just because you live here now doesn't mean that that's totally your future, that you can do great things.
So it's very important that this is rolling out now during COVID-19, because it provides an additional layer of support during a time when people are experiencing more unemployment and food issues. So this is a good time to be rolling this resource out.